I work hard to earn my pay, and I saved real big today at All-American Ford.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Svina, the Marketing Director for the All-American Auto Group, and this is the All-American Auto Mall and Old Bridge Updates podcast. This is episode number 40, and I'm going to be going over some pretty cool trucks we've gotten in recently, and then I'll focus on the Ford Maverick. So the all-new white space compact pickup from Ford that got revealed this week. So let's get started. As everybody knows who listens to the audio version of this, I also do a visual version with video on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm sharing my screen. So I'm just going to switch over to that now on my computer. But let's dive into it. So last week and the last couple weeks, it's just been about some updates, some vehicles that we've gotten in. And then last week was when Ford announced officially that they were naming this new compact pickup the Ford Maverick. So I talked a little bit about that last week. I'll go through some of our recent social media posts and some of the cool vehicles we've gotten in from Shelby and from Tuscany Motors, and then I'll get into the Maverick. So the first one we got in that was pretty cool was the all-new and the first ever 2021 Shelby F250 Super Baja. So this is, the version of the Shelby F150 mixed with the Shelby Baja Raptor, and it's a F250 Super Baja. So this thing is an absolute beast. It's huge. It came in. It's a beautiful blue with a black stripe. Lot of customizations to it from Shelby. It's got best-in-class 475 horsepower. Lot of torque, over 1,000 pounds per foot. Only 250 units have been produced for this model year. So like most of the Shelbys, very exclusive, very limited. This truck really caught a lot of our staff's attention when it got here. It was almost like a little bit like when we got the Ford GT. You had a bunch of people going out, taking pictures of it, interested in it. So it drew a lot of attention. This one that we got in was actually a sold unit. So customer had ordered it a while back. It came in. It's going to be delivered, if not today, in the next couple of days, I would assume. So this one, it will be leaving us, but we do have more incoming, and we have more sold orders on these Shelby F250 Super Bajas. So great truck. Check out the pictures on our social media pages. Really nice looking vehicle. And then with Tuscany Motors. So we've gotten in a couple of the Badlander trucks from Tuscany Motors, and then a Black Ops truck I believe we had on that I talked about in one of the previous two episodes. Now we're starting to really get the Black Ops trucks in, and the Tuscany FTX trucks. So both very popular F-150 models from Tuscany Motors. Our specialty and custom truck team does very well with these. Very, very popular in this area. So the one I'm showing on the screen now, of course, like I said, all of this is on our social media pages. We got in our first limited edition 2021 Ford F-150 Tuscany FTX, and it's numbered 112 out of 500. So that's pretty cool. So again, limited production. These come numbered. It's on the center console, actually, so you clearly see it. It's pretty cool. This one, the FTX, we've had these for a while, probably longer than we've gotten the Black Ops trucks from Tuscany, to be honest with you. I would say FTX is probably one of Tuscany Motors' most popular outfits. They do it for non-Fords too. They do it for the Chevy trucks and stuff like that. So the FTX package is very popular. Comes with the upgraded wheels, a lighting kit, suspension kit, different tires, tuned shocks, different running boards, and then a lot of different accents throughout it that make it, really look like a custom and specialty truck. This one I want to call extra attention to because the exterior color is actually antimatter blue metallic, which is a really nice dark blue. And a lot of our FTX trucks are usually like black and white just because of the accent colors and the blacked out emblems and stuff like this. So this one's a little bit different. I think it looks great. I don't think it'll be here very long. These FTX trucks usually go pretty quick here. So check that out on our website and social media pages. And then we did get another of the Black Ops in. from Tuscany Motors. Again, very customized truck. The Black Ops emblems throughout it, the tuned suspension, upgraded wheels and tires. You got definitely the lighting kit is a little bit bigger and more than on the FTX. So a lot of cool aspects of this Black Ops truck. That one came in this past week, and it's limited edition numbered 154 of 500. So again, they're all coming numbered from Tuscany, which is cool, all on the center console so you can see it nice and clear and know that you have a very exclusive vehicle. All right, so I expect a lot more Tuscany, Shelby, and Roushes to come in over the next few weeks. So I'll continue to talk about them. They continue to get attention. They probably have the best metrics when I post them on social media. Obviously, everybody likes to look at them. So as we get more in, I'll continue to talk about it. I'll continue to post about it. And my marketing team will continue to post about it as well. So look out for that. Definitely expect to start to have some of those Roushes come in. I believe one of our northern stores actually finally got a Roush Stage 3 Mustang in, the first one of 2021. So I expect the Roushes to start to come in, and then the Shelbys will continue to come in, and the Tuscany Motors, of course. So all of our custom and specialty trucks here at All American Ford in Old Bridge. All right, so let's talk about this Maverick. So it was a nameplate for Ford. It was actually a sedan back in the 70s. So it's got a nice history with Ford. They obviously, I've talked about a lot on this podcast that they're really trying to utilize some of those old nameplates and the branding. We talked about it with the Mustang Mach-E. We talked about it a little bit with the Ford F-150 Lightning. So they are trying to bring back some of those nameplates, some of those names that are, or brands that are well known. And the Ford Maverick was one of them. And I think why they did it, if I had to guess, the one reason why they did that with the name, it's because this vehicle, they see it as the entry-level vehicle that's replacing their sedan, so the Fusion and the Focus. So people, I guess older folks from the 70s would associate it with that sedan, and this is going to be that entry-level vehicle now for Ford in the form of a pickup because, let's face it, that's what Ford does best is their pickups with F-150 and Ranger, of course, and then all the custom and specialty ones I've talked about. So they're big into pickups, so it made sense that they were going to come into this compact pickup space. Some of the high-level highlights before I get into a little bit more detail. It's going to start at just $19,999, so under $20,000. So again, that's where you're getting that entry level, Fusion or Focus type feel. To get a pickup truck like this, the way it looks and the way I think it's going to come out is pretty incredible for under $20K. It is a standard hybrid engine. So, hybrid, you're going to have gas and electric. It's going to have EPA estimated 40 miles per gallon, which obviously is fantastic nowadays for a sedan. So for a pickup truck, that's incredible. I think when I started to research some of the competitors, they don't even come close because most of them are just gas only. So it's going to be tough for a pickup to get gas only at 40 miles per gallon. So that's going to be a huge competitive advantage, something to look forward to. With that hybrid engine, it is targeting 500 miles of range on a single tank of gas, which is great, especially for a smaller truck like this. So that's awesome. Max towing capacity of 4,000 pounds. That'll get the job done in terms of towing for a truck that size. So that's great. And then the inside, the 8-inch touchscreen with Apple Play, fully customizable flex bed system. So the bed of their truck, they created it in a way that you're going to be able to really get the functionality out of it and the flexibility out of it. That's probably lacking from a lot of pickup trucks nowadays. So they're very excited about the flex bed system. They talk about it, anytime they bring up this Maverick. So that's kind of the high level selling points of it. I'll get into a little bit more. And the part I want to get across is that you could actually reserve your Ford Maverick right now. If you go to our website, allamericanfordandoldbridge.com, you can reserve it, which basically just saves your spot in line. And then once the ordering platform opens up and you could start to choose, the trim level and the packages and the features in it, the color, obviously, then it'll become an order and then they'll start to come in, which should be next year. So reservations are open on our site. I want to bring up that for this segment, it is closest, or it's being compared closest to the Hyundai Santa Fe, or Santa Cruz, I should say, which, again, I'm super biased, and I've said that many times on this podcast, but I think that Hyundai is very ugly. I'm showing it on the screen now for anybody watching the video, and I don't know. It's got a lot of different, modules to it. It just doesn't look, I don't know, it looks weird to me. Again, I'm very, very, very biased, and I've said that numerous times towards Ford. So with the picture of the Ford Maverick up right now, I think it looks great. They didn't go crazy with it. There's no weird grooves in it like the Santa Cruz. There's no weird module looking panels on it. Pretty straightforward. The body looks like the Ranger or even the F-150 to a degree. I think with the smaller bed in the back, it looks more like a compact pickup. So they did a good job there. The grille is a little bit different than we've seen with Ford. So I thought that was interesting. It's not, it's not a baby Ranger, which I was kind of expecting, to be honest with you. So I kind of like that they went in a different direction. When I first saw it, I wasn't in love with it, but it's definitely growing on me. And I like that they went in a different direction so that it's, you could differentiate it from the Ranger and, of course, the F-150. Obviously, the size, you're going to see that difference, but I do like that they went in a different direction with the grille and some of the look and feel of it. The bumper, you could tell. And, of course, the back, the pickup part of it is definitely a little bit different, and you could tell that just by looking at it. So I think it looks good for what it is. I think it's going to be a great compact pickup. I think for that price and the value, you're getting a lot because there's a lot of exciting things about it. Like I mentioned, the 40 miles per gallon is going to get people's attention who were obsessed with sedans just because of the gas mileage. The technology in it, I think, is going to be great. It is geared towards, and Ford came out, with their commercials and everything so far. They're not hiding it. It's geared towards that younger individual who doesn't want to spend, a lot of money on an F-150 and maybe don't need that bigger size of the F-150. So maybe they just need a smaller pickup for practicality and functionality reasons. So really, it's aimed towards that younger entry level. But also, I think it'll do well, to be honest with you, with people who maybe were in an F-150 for a while. Maybe they had car seats back there. Maybe they were, putting a lot in the bed of the truck. And maybe they want to downsize, kind of like, housing, when you grow too big into your house and then it gets too big and you want to downsize. So I think we might see some older customers going from the F-150 down to this if they're able to downsize and they want to at that point. So I think it's got a good chance to do really well. Again, I'm kind of just scrolling through the Ford.com page. You could find all the information about it. They have all of the colors up. They have the trim levels up. So it's going to be the XL, the XLT, and the Lariat. And then they're doing a Lariat First Edition, which is interesting because I think Ford's kind of seems obsessed with these first editions now. They've done it with the Bronco Sport. They've done it with the, I think they're going to do it with the F-150 Lightning. They did it with the Mustang Mach-E. So it's just the highest trim level, the most expensive version of that vehicle, First Edition. It's supposed to be, I guess, limited and a little bit exclusive. So those are the trim levels. And like I said, the hybrid aspect of it, the standard hybrid aspect of it for a pickup, I think is big. And we've been talking about this a lot on the podcast, that's the direction people are going in. We're moving towards all electric. We're moving to more hybrid models. So it's just kind of the way of it. And this is a good way for that entry-level person who maybe doesn't want to jump full on into an all-electric where you have to worry about charging. This is a good kind of stepping stone for that, where you still get that awesome gas mileage. You still get, a ton of range with the gas tank, so you're not filling up constantly. A lot of these compact pickups because they're so small. They don't have as big of a gas tank. So that range, I think, is important, and that's why they're kind of advertising it, the 500-mile range on a single tank of gas. So that'll be a big differentiation and competitive advantage. So it's a nice truck. I look forward to it. I think he'll do well. Can't complain from Ford perspective of adding to their pickup lineup because their pickup lineup is so strong right now. So that's the Ford Maverick. Again, reserve it. It's on our site if you're interested in getting in line for it. And then obviously we'll be able to start ordering it soon. And it's actually supposed to be available towards the end of this year, not even next year. So I misspoke before. It's actually going to be available towards the end of this year. So it's coming soon. It's coming fast. And it's exciting. Very last thing I want to touch on, Jar of Hope, one of our main charity partners. Love to mention them. Jim Raffone, the CEO and founder, always doing exciting and interesting things. His celebrity boxing match in Atlantic City is tomorrow, June 11th, Friday. So it's going to be on pay-per-view too. So if anybody's interested, there's a lot of good fights during it. And Jim, I believe he said, is going to be the first fight on the pay-per-view. So it's going to be cool. We're using it kind of as a team building where a lot of our managers are going down there to support Jim and Jar of Hope. So we're taking the trip down to Atlantic City. It's going to be a nice team building. We're going to have some fun down there and cheer on Jim and just anything to raise awareness for Jar of Hope and the terrible disease that Jar of Hope's trying to fight and find the cure for. So that should be a really fun event tomorrow. I will definitely be talking about it on next week's podcast episode. I'll kind of recap it, and we'll go from there. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys next week.
Well, everyone can